It was a busy day for Donald Trump today. He was on TV from morning until night. It's like the Jerry Lewis telethon with this guy. All day, reporters in there, he's taking questions, he's having meetings, he's tackling all the most important stuff. He did the same thing yesterday, all day. He canceled the penny, he changed the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and he finally got tough on paper straws.
This is an executive order relating to the use of paper straws. As you've consistently identified, nobody really likes paper straws.
Number one trending. Can you believe it? A paper straw was number one trending for 3 days or something.
The environmental impact of plastic straws versus paper straws is entirely unclear. This has cost both the government and private industry an absolute ton of money and left consumers all over the country wildly dissatisfied with their straws.
I like that nerd who has to stand next to him and pretend these are like serious things. He has to walk in and go, for too many years, seat belts have been beeping until you buckle up, and then this executive order will free us from their tyranny. Here you go, sign right here. That guy's name is Will Scharf, and thanks to him and our president, we can finally rekindle our long love affair with plastic straws.
We're going back to plastic straws. These things don't work. I've had them many times, and on occasion they break. They explode. If something's hot, they don't last very long, like a matter of minutes, sometimes a matter of seconds. It's a ridiculous situation.
Wait a minute. I'm with them on it not lasting very long, but they explode in our future. Speaking of sucking, Elon Musk was at Trump's side today. Elon took questions from the Oval Office with his son. He brought his son, R2 Musk, who is 4 years old. And as you can see, Trump was super excited to have the kid there.
What is the goal of Doge, and I think a significant part of this of presidency is to restore democracy?
So much warmth, you know, it's like a grandfather. And look at Trump's orange, angry face next to sheet white Elon Musk. It's like a Q-tip next to a traffic cone.
There's no inflation in 26. No, but the government is not borrowing as much. It means that interest costs.
I hope you find some government waste in there. Don't get it on the Diet Coke button. Trump also answered questions about Canada. You know, this thing with Canada, it kind of seemed like it was a joke, the idea of making Canada a state, but it's getting weirder, and he's continuing to dig in on this.
Well, there was good Trump news from the Oval Office today, if this one thing that Donald Trump said is actually true. When Donald Trump complained about judges blocking his attempts to stop spending and rewrite the Constitution, a reporter asked if he would abide by the judge's rulings, to which Donald Trump, to many people's surprise, said, well, I always abide by the courts, and then I'll have to appeal it. That's the right answer. He gave the right answer, and he didn't stop there. He went on to say, the answer is, I always abide by the courts, always abide by them, and will appeal, but appeals take a long time. And that's the right answer. He was wearing a T-shirt. Everyone knew that he was the richest person in the room, and he knew they knew. And that meant he could wear whatever he wanted. He could dress like he just walked out of a TV writer's room. And so I saw then that the billionaire power move was being under dress, and Elon Musk called $1 trillion. As soon as they can show us any of that waste, fraud, and abuse and prove it, I will congratulate them for finding that waste, fraud, and abuse. But so far, they have found absolutely nothing because they have produced no evidence of what they claimed they found today. They did not mention a single name of a single recipient of a single wasted dollar by the American government. They both tried to tell scary-sounding stories, corrupt-sounding stories, with Elon Musk referring to an unnamed woman who he claims gained a net worth of $30 million just while working for the federal government. And Elon Musk could not imagine how that could happen on a government salary. Now, let's just presume for a moment that there is such a woman whose net worth actually increased to $30 million while working for the federal government. Elon Musk said, we're just curious as to where it came from. Where does it come from? And I think the reality is that they're getting wealthy at the taxpayer expense.
Former President Donald Trump made headlines again, but this time it wasn't just his usual political statements that had everyone talking. It was his meeting with tech mogul Elon Musk at the White House. The two powerful figures were seen together in the Oval Office, discussing a range of topics that left many people intrigued about their collaboration. Musk, who now owns Twitter and has been involved in multiple ventures such as Tesla and SpaceX, has long been a controversial figure in the business world. But seeing him sit down with Trump, the former president of the United States, raised a few eyebrows, especially considering the combination of their contrasting personalities and the broad impact they have on politics, technology, and business. Quick favor before we dive in. If you enjoy this content, please take a second to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch without subscribing, and it costs you nothing but makes a huge difference to us. Thanks for subscribing. Now let's get back to the video. During their meeting, the two spent a significant amount of time talking about environmental concerns, with one of the most notable topics being plastic straws and the shift toward paper straws. Trump, who has been openly critical of paper straws in the past, used the opportunity to voice his frustration once again. He complained that paper straws are not durable enough and tend to fall apart too quickly, especially when they're being used for cold drinks. "They're terrible," he said. "We need stronger straws. Steel straws are the answer." Musk, agreeing with Trump on this issue, commented that the current alternatives to plastic straws are not ideal for consumers and should be replaced with something more reliable. While some may have expected the conversation to revolve around more pressing global issues, this discussion on straws seemed to dominate the meeting, with both figures giving it their full attention. But the discussions didn't end there. One of the most surprising moments during this meeting was when Trump brought up the idea of making Canada the 53rd state. Yes, you read that right. Trump, who has made such comments before, reiterated his belief that Canada could be brought into the United States as the 53rd state, citing geographical and economic factors. While Musk didn't seem to take a firm stance on the idea, he did express his interest in the broader implications of such a concept. The notion of adding Canada as the 53rd state has long been a joke among some political circles, but hearing it from Trump himself once again sparked a flurry of conversations and speculation about his future political plans. In addition to discussing straws and potential geopolitical changes, Trump was also asked about J.D. Vance, a venture capitalist and author of Hillbilly Elegy who is currently running for Senate in Ohio. J.D. Vance has gained considerable attention in recent months as a political candidate, and many have been wondering whether Trump would throw his support behind him. However, when asked about endorsing Vance, Trump played it cool, saying that he was watching and waiting to see how the situation develops before making any decision. This uncertainty about Trump's endorsement of Vance has left many wondering about the dynamics within the GOP and whether the former president is truly ready to back Vance's Senate bid or if he's holding off for another candidate. The meeting between Trump and Musk raises some interesting questions about their future collaborations. Musk has been a figure of significant influence in the tech world, and Trump continues to have an outsized impact on American politics. With their shared interest in business ventures and public attention, this meeting could potentially signal the beginning of a partnership or just another instance of Trump being in the public eye with a controversial figure. One thing is for sure, whether it's discussing the future of straws, potential state expansions, or Senate endorsements, Trump and Musk are never ones to shy away from stirring the pot and keeping the public's attention. As we move forward, it will be fascinating to see how their relationship develops and whether these talks will lead to any actual political or business moves in the near future. For now, though, it seems like their biggest focus might just be the durability of your next straw.